A very popular question we get from parents is, does my child need an eye exam? Well, let's get to the bottom of children's eye health. I'm Stephanie Marchak, an optometrist at Ferreira Optical, and joining me today is Kaylon, a father of 3. Hi, Kaylon.
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for having me today.
Of course.
I think it's an excellent topic, especially with the reopening of physical school.
Yes.
And after the children have spent the last 2 years online, interfacing daily with multiple screens from multiple devices. So it definitely is a hot, burning question for me, as I'm sure it is for many other parents as well.
Most definitely, Kaylon. And you know, the kind of pressure you have from online school compared to physical school is totally different. So I'm sure there's a lot you want to know and that other parents want to know as well. So let's just get right into it, okay? So, I mean, you probably know how important good eyesight is for everyone, but it is especially important for children. So, if a child has poor eyesight, it can affect how they perform in school, it can affect how they interact with others, and even their career choice later on in life. And all these things in turn can prevent a child from performing to the best of their ability. So that's both academically and socially. And you know, that can lead to things like self-esteem issues and confidence issues later on in life. And we don't really want that.
So then what are the signs or symptoms that I should be on the lookout for?
That's a great question, especially because, you know, lots of eye symptoms, eye conditions, actually don't have any symptoms. And I mean, although kids are great, as you know,
yes,
they are not the most reliable source of information, so they may not be able to tell you themselves what exactly is going on. So why don't we go through a few things that you, as a parent, can look out for. So first of all, you have to look and see if the eye is turning in or turning out. Another thing you can look out for is if when you take a photo of them, if inside of the red reflex that you normally see, if you see a white reflex instead, that's something you definitely need to get checked out. Even things like if they're complaining of headaches, or if they're rubbing their eyes a lot, or just blinking a lot even, if they're physically going closer to things to look at them. So like if they're going right up to the TV, if you notice,
like calling the phone up in the
phone and tablet right in their face, if you know they're going very far down into their schoolwork. And speaking of schoolwork, if they are having trouble concentrating on their schoolwork, so if you find that you can't get them to sit still for a very long time to read a whole sentence, read a whole paragraph, and even things like if they're just very accident prone or very clumsy. Some kids are clumsy naturally, and that's okay, but you know, sometimes it really could be a symptom that they're having trouble seeing.
All right, so Stephanie, just to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying, if it is that I notice that my child is consistently complaining to me about having headaches, or if it is I realize there's a challenge with their vision, or any of the symptoms that you would have listed earlier, then I should go and schedule them for an eye exam.
Well, yes, Kaylon. I mean, if your child is definitely telling you they are having these problems, or if you notice them at home, because remember, kids might not necessarily, to them that's normal. So they're not going to think, okay, this is something I should be worried about. They think that's normal for them. So if you notice that, or if they say it to you, yes, absolutely bring them in for a test. But I mean, I would encourage all parents, even if they're not noticing any symptoms in their child, to bring them in from as young as 5 years old, because it's really good to get a baseline of where things are, so you know what's normal. So if anything changes, you can say, okay, well, this is what it was before, but this is what it is now, and what do we need to do about it? It is also really important for children to have an eye exam every year. And that's because their eyes are still developing during early childhood. So if there's a problem that we pick up then, you know, we can start any treatment from early on, and then that can, you know, make a difference in the long run.
Okay, well, when I was going to primary school, there was a certain stigma, so to speak, about children who wore glasses. You know, it made them very easy, very easy targets. You know, oh look, there's a nerd there, or something like that. So, I mean, from your professional experience, especially in modern times, would you say that there is still that stigma about it? Do you think that children now are more open to wearing glasses, or even just coming to be tested?
Absolutely. There is, you know, children do seem to be very eager to come in and get their eye test. You know, there was this one episode of Peppa Pig where she went to the optometrist, and we saw a lot of kids coming in after that because they were like, it was like on Peppa Pig, and I was like, okay. But no, I mean, there's no real stigma attached anymore. Kids, they get upset actually if you tell them that they don't need the glasses. it's actually the parents that tend to be a little more upset with them needing glasses, which is very understandable because, of course, as a parent, your child is perfect. You don't want them to go through any hardships, any hurdles. Like, no one wants that for their child or anyone that they care about. But I think it's really important for you and any parent to remember that some children, they need the glasses for their vision to develop normally.
Okay.
So, you know, you want them to reach their full potential. You don't want them to be at any disadvantage at all. And with regards to the stigma, you know, thanks Harry Potter, you know, there's no stigma anymore. I mean, if you see the children's glasses now, they're so cute, you know, they're so trendy, they're so fun. I mean, when I was younger and I needed to get glasses for the first time, it was literally, well, you can have this or you can have, it was like two choices and they were both awful.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yes. So no, there's no stigma anymore, and kids are very eager to come in and get their eyes tested, yes.
Well, you've certainly shared a lot of information about what we can do or what symptoms I should look out for. But I have another question, if you don't mind me asking.
Sure, of course not.
What would you recommend, like daily practices, things that I can do at home to make sure that I keep my children's eyes healthy?
Well, there's lots of things you can do, well, maybe just a few.
Right.
But one of them is, you know, make sure they play outside.
Outside.
So yes, let them play outside. So it's, you know, it's proven that, you know, spending 2 hours a day outdoors in the sun is actually good for your eyes health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, studies even show that, you know, being outdoors in the sun can even slow down the progression of short-sightedness.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
not reverse it or anything, but stop it from having big jumps and getting very, very high. Another thing you can do is, you know, make sure they have a good balanced diet. So lots of green leafy vegetables, colored fruits.
Carrots. I've
yes,
always heard about carrots.
But also things like kale, spinach, broccoli, red and yellow peppers. All the things kids love, you know.
Oh,
low saturated fat, you know, all those things. And lots of water, of course.
Okay, so anything with water, anything with color.
Yeah, colored fruits and vegetables, yes, and water. Also protect their eyes from the sun. So things are open now again. We're going back to the beach, we're going outside, we're going on hikes. You want to make sure they don't look directly into the sun.
Okay.
Because kids love to do that. And you know, good sunglasses, good pair of sunglasses to help them for outdoors. Let's talk about those cute trendy frames. It also applies to sunglasses.
Well, Stephanie, you certainly have imparted a lot of information and knowledge to me on the symptoms that I could look out for and of course the practices that I can employ. So I will definitely be taking great advantage of that. And you know, after this conversation, I definitely know I am going to bring the little ones in to get their eyes tested. So again, thank you for that.
You're very welcome, Kayla, and it's great to hear. We'll look forward to seeing you. If you have a question or comment about children and their vision, please share it with us in the comments and we'll be happy to help you. Because at Ferreira Optical, we speak eyes.